This is reading lesson number 27. This video is for you if you struggle with reading. I am April McMurtry, a professional reading specialist, dyslexia specialist, and the developer of the Learn Reading program, and I'm teaching you to read through 100 videos. It's important that you start with lesson 1, and I have that video linked for you in the description below. I will be building upon each lesson, so it's important to watch them in order and start with lesson 1. Here's how these lessons will work. Lessons 1 through 10 are taken from my Begin Reading packet, and that is linked next to the number 1 in the description below. Lessons 11 through 90 are taken from my Learn Reading program, and that is next to the number 2. And lessons 91 through 100 are taken from my Adult Reading class, which is next to the number 3 in the description. If you do not purchase the worksheets to follow along with me, that is perfectly fine. I would love to teach you right here for free, but you will need a piece of paper and a pencil to follow along. So push pause, get a piece of paper and a pencil, and then come right back. I will have 2 videos for you each week. You can join me at any time in my live adult reading class, especially if these lessons are a little easy for you. In my live class, I can help you a little more personally. And again, that link is next to the number 3 in the description. If you would like an online tutor, I can recommend several, and I have those linked in the description as well. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here's where we left off last time in lesson 26. We were working on the grapheme H, which is a voiceless sound, only air, no voice. So these last 4 words were your homework from last time, so I will read those for you now so that you can make sure that you said them correctly. This word right here is hungry. Hungry, unhappy, unhappy, hospital, hospital. Remember, I's in the middle say I, and A's, when they're almost to the end, they make the schwa sound and say hospital. And this word is happen, happen. Okay, so in today's lesson, number 27, your sight word is the number 4. It is a different spelling from the word for. The number 4 has a U in it. So push pause and go through these words on your own. Remember to not decode them. Read them as a unit with a clue. The clue is usually the first letter or 2 up to that first vowel. And then I will see you on the new grapheme page. Okay, so our new grapheme for today is the G, and it will make its soft sound J if the next letter is an E, I, or Y. This is a really common rule, and it's the same rule for the letter C. If C and G are followed, or if the very next letter is an E, I, or Y, then it forces that C and G to make their soft sounds. The soft sound for C is S, and the soft sound for G is J. Sounds like a J. So the G is going to make its soft sound today, J, because in all of the words that we're going to read with a G in it, that G will have a E, I, or Y right next to it, and that forces the G to say J. So on this page, when you see the G, say J, and then practice the sounds of all of these graphemes. Here's your new phoneme page for those who have the printed worksheets. You can get these in the description below next to the number 2. But for those who are just joining me here online on YouTube, I want you to count how many sounds are in the word gym. Gym. Push pause and think about it. So gym has 3 sounds. J, I, M. When you spell gym, it has a Y in the middle. Whenever you see a word with a Y in the middle, it means it's a Greek word. We got it from the Greek language, and that Y is acting as an I would. And in this case, that I is going to make the short I sound and say I. So there's 3 sounds in gym. J, I, M. And be sure to continue practicing phonemic awareness all throughout the day. Okay, your new words for today. We're going to do the first 4 together, and then I will send you off on your own to do the last 4. And remember, in each of these words, that G is going to have an E, an I, or a Y right after it. When that happens, it makes the G say J. So this G is going to say J because of that E right here. This E is going to say because one of the next two spots is not another vowel. So the sounds are j, m, gem, gem. All right, I will be quiet while you work on this one on your own. Okay, the G is going to say j because there's an E after it. The E is going to say because the next two letters are consonants. Those sounds are j, n, t, gent, gent, as in short for gentleman. All right, let's try this one. All right, the G is going to make a soft sound j because there's an E after it. This E is going to make its long sound and say its name E because there is a vowel one or two doors down. And E's at the end are usually silent, so I crossed it out. The sounds are j, e, n. When you blend those sounds together, it's Jean. Jean, as in the name Jean. All right, let's do this last one. All right, there are 4 letters here, but we're only going to hear 3 of them. That E at the end is usually silent, so we crossed it out. This A is going to make its long sound A because one of the next 2 letters is another vowel. The G is going to make its soft sound J because the next letter is an E, I, or Y. The sounds are R, A, J, rage, rage. All right, you are doing fantastic. Go ahead and do these next ones on your own. Remember, D, G, E is a trigraph. It makes one sound. It just says J. That D is pretty much silent. It's just acting as a little stop right there. So do these 4 on your own. Here are your vocabulary words for the day. Here are your new words to practice fluency. Here are some sentences for you. And here is a story for you to practice. If you want these worksheets, they're next to the number 2 in the description. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. You're doing amazing. I'll see you in the next video.